Kwa tarehe Kenyatta. Hiyo imepigwa na wakati. Kuna MCA mabioro kama Kenyatta atidikarie kai manyo na yote tukwa. Tukaora Uhuru. Ndio ndio kila. Tukaora Uhuru. Niongeni siongee. Niongeni siongee. Na niwaambie na sisi kama viongozi.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the backstory. If you are new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified when we post a new video. Now ladies and gentlemen, Kimani Ichungwa, who is the majority leader in parliament and a close confidant of both William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, was heckled while on a development tour in his constituency.
Kwa tarehe Kenyatta. Hiyo imepigwa na wakati. Kuna MCA mabioro kama Kenyatta atidikarie kai manyo na yote tukwa. Tukaora Uhuru. Ndio ndio kila. Tukaora Uhuru. Niongeni siongee. Niongeni siongee. Na niwaambie na sisi kama viongozi wa Kiambu. Hiyo ni vita. Juzi wakati tulikuwa Lari, hiyo ni vita ya kampeni. Tuliwaambia mikutano ya rais. Na nataka niwatangazie hapa President William Ruto na
Now, ladies and gentlemen, in that video, those residents are telling of Kimani Ichungwa. And one, I talked to a friend of mine who is from that region, and then is a Kikuyu, and he was trying to translate what these guys were telling Kimani Ichungwa. The guys are telling Kimani Ichungwa that is a sellout, and that is being used to divide Kiambu leaders and central Kenya for his own benefit or for the benefit of the national government or the executive. And some of the statements are also unpalatable. I would not want to say them here as they have been translated to me. And then another factor is that they are telling him that he should stop talking about Uhuru Kenyatta, because in that video, Kimani Ichungwa was talking about Uhuru Kenyatta, saying some unpalatable words about the former president. But the residents are telling him off and telling him that stop talking about Uhuru Kenyatta. Tell us what you've come to do to us. Stop being a sellout. Stop being used by the executive to divide Kiambu and to divide central Kenya. So you'd want to ask yourself, why would these guys heckle Kimani Ichungwa? You know, this has been a common scene in some of the tours of UDA leaders across Central when they went to Kiambu, Murang'a, Embu and Meru. So it has become a common kind of scene. And you ask yourself why. You know, you'd expect, like when the president was there, some people were trying to air their views, air their dissatisfaction with William Ruto or with the UDA leadership. But now, here is a case whereby Kimani Ichungwa, who feels like he's very popular in Kiambu County, is being heckled. To me, I have like 3 reasons why I think Kimani Ichungwa was being heckled. One is the fact that Kimani Ichungwa is ambitious. He wants to be the governor of Kiambu come 2027. And there is a feeling, in that video, some of the residents are telling him that stop talking about Uhuru Kenyatta. Wamatangi is delivering and is doing a lot of work. Now, Wamuchomba has come out in the past to accuse Kimani Ichungwa of divide and rule tactics in Kiambu County.
What do you think the 60 plus MCAs of Kiambu are thinking about UDA government when every day they are in constant fights that are planted by a majority leader who serves in the National Assembly? What do you think the governor feels and think when MCAs confess to him that we are being sponsored by so-and-so to scatter you? What do you think even the voters of Kiambu are thinking? Yesterday I was in the village.
Yes.
And I asked people, are you comfortable with this kind of mess?
Kimani Ichungwa has been feeling division in Kiambu County so that he can benefit. He's trying to sabotage Wamatangi so that come 2027, when he launches his bid for Kiambu County, then he can capitalize on the failures of Wamatangi. So maybe some of these guys who are heckling him could be loyal members of, loyal fans of Wamatangi, and then the second would be loyal fans of Ochomba, when you look at it from Kiambu County politics. So there are guys who feel like Wamatangi is delivering, and Kimani Ichungwa, who has been accused of sabotaging Wamatangi, this was a very good platform for them to tell him off. Then the second issue, which I think is affecting the whole country, is the fact that Kimani Ichungwa is being viewed by UDA or Central Kenya leaders or Central Kenya residents as someone who is being used by Ruto to push down some very unpopular policies. Take, for example, the housing levy. Housing levy was nullified, or the housing fund was nullified by the courts. But through Kimani Ichungwa, the executive or state house has managed to push some amendments to the housing levy to the effect that some of the guys who are not formally employed are now being required by the new bill to be paying 1.5% of their total revenue. Something which I still don't understand how they're going to effect. So Kimani Ichungwa is coming out as someone who is being used by the executive. Now, the third issue is the fact that there are people who are just genuinely dissatisfied with his performance in his constituency. Ladies and gentlemen, Kiambu residents are very well known for changing political leadership when it comes to guys that they are very dissatisfied with. We have examples of Kabogo, we have Waititu, Paul Muite, and all that. Kabogo was a very popular governor. Waititu was also another very popular governor, but very small and simple mistakes made them not to be re-elected. Kabogo was accused of making some utterances. I don't know if that is true, but he was accused of making some utterances, and that is what cost him of the governorship. The same to Waititu. Waititu was accused of corruption and all that. Kimani Ichungwa comes from Kikuyu constituency. And Kikuyu constituency is where Paul Muite was a member of parliament. And Paul Muite was a very, very popular member of parliament then. Very powerful and very popular. And he never believed that at some point there was going to be an ex-member of parliament. But at some point, the residents of Kikuyu constituency felt that he had become so arrogant and did not take care of their interest, and they just dropped him like that. So the same fate could befall Kimani Ichungwa, because there is a feeling that he has that he is unstoppable and is very popular. But when you see that, when you see your residents or your constituents heckling you in such platforms, you know, some of these things snowball slowly, but eventually, come 2027, Kimani Ichungwa might suffer the same fate that befell Paul Muite, befell Kabogo and Waititu. But when we come back to the issue of Kiambu County, as a whole. Kiambu County has been having a lot of issues from the time devolution, from the time the issue of devolution came to be. Now, Kiambu County has changed governors. They had Kabogo and Waititu, and the other governor who took over from Waititu after he was impeached. But what Wamushomba was talking about is the fact that they need to now settle down and give time to their governors to work. So this is what Kimani Ichungwa is being accused of sowing discord among the MCAs so that he can destabilize the leadership of Wamatangi. Then the other issue that is also playing out here is the fact that Mount Kenya residents feel that UDA is still blaming the former president Uhuru Kenyatta for their underperformance, which is not selling right now to any Kenyan. They have been in power for 1.5 years, so they should stop blaming the former president. And then from you can hear that from the utterances and the guys who are heckling Kimani Ichungwa. They are telling him that stop telling us about Uhuru Kenyatta, do your work. Uhuru Kenyatta served his term. He had his successes and failures. So stop telling us about him. That is something which was sold to them during campaigns. But now it's their time to deliver. That is another factor that could have motivated these guys to heckle Kimani Ichungwa. And then the last one is the fact that UDA or the Kenya Kwanza administration has failed to deliver on their promises. This is something that has affected Kenya Kwanza in almost all the rallies that they have been attending in the name of development tours. Kenyans are disillusioned and dissatisfied with their leadership. They're still making promises to Kenyans instead of delivering.
We are not going to sit pretty and watch people scatter us. We are not going to sit pretty and hear people plan for us. All we need and care is we want what was delivered on the top of the cars when you're doing campaign. We were promised GMR on coffee. Where is it? We were promised GMR on tea. Where is it? We were promised that we are going to get our own feed factory for our livestock farmers. Where is it? We were promised that we are going to have jobs for our young people in Kiambu. Where are the jobs? We were promised that our stadiums are going to be completed. Are they done? We were promised that our hospitals that were started. I remember very well when President Ruto stood in Githunguri. He pointed Githunguri Hospital. And he said in 100 days, he's going to complete and equip Githunguri Level 5 Hospital. Is it done? We are not interested in who is majority leader close to State House, who works in State House when they want. That is not our business. The Wajiko of Kiambu is not interested. We are interested on what was promised and what is delivered.
Promises are made during campaigns, but Kenya Kwanza has made it their part of their lifestyle of promises after promises, promises after promises. So ladies and gentlemen, whatever happened in Kiambu yesterday is like an indicator to the Kenya Kwanza administration that they also need to take seriously. And not only Kenya Kwanza administration, to Kimani Ichungwa. Because if you get that from your very, very constituency, then it means something is very, very serious that you need to look at. So we've highlighted 4 points, ladies and gentlemen, that could be a pointer to why Kimani Ichungwa was heckled in his constituency and in Kiambu County and in Central as a whole. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. We'll keep monitoring the political happenings in Kiambu County, and whenever we have any info that we can, just keep it here. So if you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified when we post a new video.